Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. If you are here with me right now, I had to come on early this morning because exactly as I predicted last night has pretty much happened. Let me see if I'm actually streaming over here. Just give me a second. And good morning and welcome to the new tank. We have a new tank, Sofi 16, bro. Yeah, we are on our way. We're definitely on our way, folks. There's no doubt about it. A lot of things going on this morning. Sofi already hit a high of 16, 18, I believe. And I put up a notification. I would like to look over here and see if we got it. Yeah. Thanks for the heads up yesterday. Sold a couple hundred at 16.15 this morning. Yes, with orders already set. Yes. See how I called that? I absolutely called it. And then we got a chance to buy back. It after that, it dropped all the way down to 15.95. Cha-ching! Buy more. It's a fantastic day, everyone. A beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it sure is nice to wake up and find yourself up $7,000 on this position. That is indeed true. Now, this is all paper money, folks, that we're trading. So I'm going to show you something here on this account. This is the stock that I'm holding, and I have a lot more of this in my own account, but this is a paper money account we started to teach people how to trade. And in this account now, I've got 17,000 and shares of this beautiful stock. You can see my average price right now is 15.59. But in my account, my average price is about $8.97 right now. So I'm making a lot more than this. But at any rate, I'm showing people how to use this Thinkorswim platform. And it's available on Charles Schwab. You can pick it up here. And I want you to know, folks, I got these candlesticks, okay? These candlesticks are different from what Thinkorswim uses, all right? So be aware of that. These candlesticks that I have right here, I imported, okay? This is code that I imported. And someone was asking me about these candlesticks because they show how much of each candlestick's volume is buyers versus sellers. Very important to know that if money's coming in or going out. So these candlesticks, I have the code. I have the code. If you're a Goliath member or if you're a monster level member, you will be getting these sent to you, the code sent to you. If you don't know how to put the code in, I'll show you today. All right. So these candlesticks here are awesome. And if you're either a monster level member or Goliath level member, you're going to get them. That's one of the perks for people that pay the membership of $24.99 per month. And believe me, this type of candlestick will make your day, can make you or break you, knowing if the volume's coming in or going out. And you can clearly see that last candlestick was solid red. So being attacked right now, starting at 7:24, they probably saw me come up, start streaming, and said, "Man, we gotta attack now because Catfish is going to talk everybody into buying this stock," which I've already been doing for a year and a half since the price was 466, folks. I got so mad when David Chiaverini came out with that downgrade to 250 that I started this channel about SoFi on that day, the next day. And the price was 466, and I was screaming about him being a 0-star rated analyst. He didn't even have one. He had one tip of a star is how much he had at the time. That he made the price fall to the second lowest price SoFi ever was in the history of the stock. I believe 1424 was the lowest it ever was, somewhere around December of 2021, I believe. December 13th, I believe, 2021. But at any rate, what I want you to know is that where I told you to sell last night is where you should have sold. And that was at when I told you to have sell orders in at 1606, 1607, 1608. And then you could buy back after that. And sure enough, after that, and I'm going to show you, I kept track of the numbers this morning, folks. I kept track of the numbers. And right here, I kept track. And at 4 o'clock this morning, that's when the price hit 1618. 4 o'clock, 1618. 401, 1608, 403, 16.2, and see that? For 15.98. So here you go. You sold at 1606, 1607, 1608, and you sold at 1611, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All those numbers I told you to put in. And I told you to put in sell orders last night up to 1620, in fact. So this morning, if you had good till cancel plus extended, they would have filled this morning at 1608, 1611, 12, 13, all the way up to 1618. You would have sold those. And then you could have bought back in just a few minutes, 25 minutes later, then you're buying back at 1598. Then it goes up again to 1604, and then they took it down at 419 to 1595. And they dumped 80,000 shares to make that happen, by the way. Right here at 409, the price was dumped to make it fall from 406. There was a big dump of 69,000 shares right here that made the price fall from the 1614 down to 1608. They dumped 69,000. They really wanted to hold 1608, folks. I mean, really, really, really. I'm looking at Bitcoin here too this morning, but good morning, everyone. Yeah, I know I'm up very early. I'm up early, but how do you like that? Sofi stock is just exploding. And this is just an early session. I'm going to be doing another one. I'm going to close this one out. This is just for you early bird. Yep, Sofi 16 bro. Jimmy Lopez, good morning, Tyler. Yes, good morning, Kat. Thank you for being here, everyone. And congratulations. Give me just a second here. I got to make an adjustment to my set here. This is a new set that we're doing here today. All new set. And I hope that you like it a lot, what we're doing here. We've been working hard to make this place look, change it today. We had to make some changes to the set. And I'd like to thank you all for being here with me. I appreciate it very much. I know there's other places you could certainly spend your time, but I'm glad you're spending your time here with me. I really am. I do appreciate it very, very much, knowing that there's so many other channels out there that you could spend your time instead. But you're here with me, Catfish Tyler. And like I said, I'm just sprucing this up a little bit more and try to make everything look really, really, really sharp for you guys. And eventually, folks, it's going to get even better. I promise you. The channel's going to get better because I'm going to be using better methods of streaming. I'm going to stop using my phone, and that's just when we get to a certain level here in subscribership. I'll be able to stop using my phone. So hopefully now I've got this set up right where I want it, and it's going to look good. And you guys will appreciate the efforts that's been made here on my part to make the channel even better than it was before. And my wife is very glad I'm down here in the basement now, so she doesn't have to listen to me anymore, because she was having to listen to me all the time. And now she doesn't have to listen to me. So that's good too, and I'm not waking people up upstairs. So there we go. Now we've got this set up. I think it's going to look good. I think you'll like what I got going on here when we turn this camera around. Let's see what this looks like. Ah, very nice. We got ourselves a big old cat there coming in to swallow up the shorts. All right, and this morning I wanted to show you something, folks. Take a look at this. 6 months. Now the shorts are right now $2 billion is how much they've got invested. They've lost $1.6 billion now, I believe it is. And go watch Trending Stocks. He tracks that a little bit better. And take a look at this chart. Look at Sofi in the 6 months. Look at that chart, folks. And I told you it was coming. And take a look at this chart, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see a chart. Now, I want you to see something here, folks. Take a good look at this chart. Yeah, it's going to break all the shorts' hearts. You better take a good look at this chart, then see the tracks of Shorty's tears. Oh, yeah, baby. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so let me first of all move this out of here so you can see this better, okay? And then now I'm going to move these lines out of the way so that you can see them better. Hold on. There we go. Get that out of the way. Let's just eliminate these. They're a little bit confusing. Yep. And let's take this one off too. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to show you is that SoFi has now reached a point where it is about to catapult. And my efforts to try to show you these lines, I'm going to get rid of them all. Delete drawing. That's right. I don't want the lines there anymore. I just want to get rid of them. There we go. Because when you can see this chart really in its pure form, it looks better. All right. So here's where we are, folks. And take a look at the 1 year chart on this stock. Up 132%. Let's see if we can get this thing to show the 1 year and then the 5 year. There we go. All right. So here's what I want you to see, everybody. Take a look at where the price is right now. Okay? And you can see clearly where it is. And look over here. What is it parallel to? Right here. Okay, so folks, if, as I said, this is going to be a mirroring, a total mirroring right here has been going on since right here in the middle. I started showing people this about a year ago. I started showing them to me, and this was brought to my attention by Hurricane Lopez, actually, so I'm going to give credit where credit is due, and that's Danny Deals. And he mentioned and showed me about this mirroring effect that was happening. And you can clearly see that this is some mirroring going on here now for sure. This low right here would have been this low. And then you got this spike, which would have been that spike. And you've got this spike, which would have been that spike. And you've got this spike over here, which would have been this spike over here. This spike right here equals that second spike here. And then after that, folks, it gets to this point. Now, right here, folks, you can see that as the price fell, this was a stiff point of resistance right there, that line, the second one. And that price right there was 1466, folks. All right, we're past that now. We're beyond that, okay? We're beyond this number right here, 1466, okay? And folks, I want you to notice that this drop right here from this price up here of 22.47, do you see how rapidly that occurred? Now, do you want to know why it happened? Because there was an extension on SoFi's student loans not being paid back. An announcement came that they were going to go another year before they were going to make kids pay back their loans, and not just kids, everyone. And when that happened, look how fast the price fell. From the 8th of November, to the 22nd, folks, you're talking 2 weeks' time. In 2 weeks, the price went from 22.58 to this line and the point where we are now. And it was all on horrible news. Good morning, Rico Mac 67. So now all there is good news about SoFi. And by the way, over here, when SoFi was priced up here at $22 and $24 and $25, you notice the chart they're trying to tell you the highest SoFi was $25.24. That's not true. I showed you that yesterday. The high of SoFi was $28 plus, $28.23 in fact. And you can go back here and see when that was. It was not when they're trying to show you. It was February the 1st, 28.26, right there. Now, if you try to look up SoFi's highest high ever, you'll only find this number, 25.78. And Yahoo will only show you that number, 25.14. If you go over to Yahoo's chart, they're going to show you right up here, this number was the high. And you can see right there where they have it, right up there. And what does that price say? 25.14. How convenient that they would use the closing or the low of the day, that Yahoo would use the low of SoFi of the day instead of the true high of $3 higher, 250 higher. So I'm just letting you know that so you don't put your orders in to sell at 25.14, okay? Because it's actually, and another thing that's interesting about this chart on Yahoo, what's the date that they're showing of that? January 25th, 2021. Well, what happened to February? Why are you not showing what happened in February when the price was 28.26? You Yahoo, why are you? Oh, could it be because Yahoo has a target price on SoFi of only how much? $9, 10. Oh, they've raised their target price. They're now $6 below where the current price is. Way to go, Yahoo. That's stepping up. Anyway, I just say it like it is, folks. I show you like it is. I tell you like it is. I bring it straight from the hip, folks. I fire from the hip. Folks, there's nothing to stop us quickly from going from this number right here, right back up to those up there, all right? Except not to this number only, 25.14, but 28.26, okay? Just so you're aware of it. They don't like you to know that. They don't want me showing you that. Go Google search it and see if you can find the highest price ever on SoFi. Look at the price they're showing right there. I Google searched it, 25.78, February the 1st. At least they tell the right date. At least they tell the right date. QUBT just crossed 7. Wow. Thank you for letting me know that, Dimitri. Good morning, Enemy Rundown. Welcome. Good morning, my second live. All right. Good morning. Listen, normally I don't start this early. I'm up way early. I'm 2 hours ahead of time. I couldn't sleep. I got up this morning at 4 o'clock, folks. And you know what I did this morning at 4 o'clock? I started tracking the price of SoFi, and I saw this. I saw that at 4 a.m., SoFi was at 16.18 a share, everyone. And I went over to all of you people that are monster cats or any cat level, and I put up a notification this morning right here for any of you that are Catfish members, and I put up a notification for you all, and it said down here, you're receiving this alert because you're a monster cat or a Goliath cat or what have you, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the page right now. I'll refresh this because it's not letting me scroll down where I can show you the whole message I sent out this morning. So let me just get back to this and I'll show you. And over here, I'm trading using Thinkorswim. And ladies and gentlemen, this stock is taking off. There it goes right there. Here we go, everybody. Looks good. Look at the big buys coming in here. All solid green candlesticks. Now, for you Goliath members and for you Monster members, I'm going to send you, if you want, to your email, this code that you can import into here, so you'll have candlesticks like mine that show the not just the volume, but how much of each candlesticks is buyers and how much of each candlesticks is sellers. See, all those are solid sellers right there. This volume here was mostly buyers, and these candlesticks will help you big time. So go ahead. If you get yourself a Goliath or Monster, you're going to get these candlesticks that are better than what Thinkorswim offers. I promise you, they'll help you a lot. They'll help you a lot. They're better. All right, so over here now, this says right here, for all of you Goliath or other members, the cats, it says, you are receiving this alert because you are a bottom, monster bottom, or Goliath bottom cat. Thank you for your valued support of this channel. Please hit the like button so I know you received this important update. It says, this morning in pre-market, SoFi hit a high of 16.18 at 4 a.m. Eastern. And the low, it says, was 15.95. Now, you guys remember last night I told you please put your sell orders in on SoFi, good till canceled plus extended. And I want you to put them in at 1607, 1608. And I want you to put them in at 1611, 12, 13, right up to 1620 is what I said last night. So hopefully you put them in and sold, because somebody wrote me this morning and said, I sold. Yeah, he wrote me this morning and said, hey, I sold at 1615 because I had pre-market, I already had the orders in place. And I said, all right. I said, cha-ching. So very good there. So when you become a member of this channel, folks, and this is the interesting thing, there's only one person, seven people who have said they've seen this, and there are 5 comments. And you can read here the comments. Thanks for the heads up yesterday. Sold a couple hundred at 1615 this morning. Oh, with orders already set. Yep. And this person says, I marvel at your precision, Tyler. Well, I told you all to sell at 16 at those numbers and buy back at the 1997, 1998. And look what happened. After those orders filled right there at 1618, then it dropped to 1608, and then it dropped to 1602, and then at 405, 5 minutes after 4, it was back to 1598. Cha-ching! I told you, that's on my buy sheet. After you sell up here at the 1618, this number is on the sheet. 1597, 1598, 1599. After you sell at 1618 and all the way up to 1618. There's your buyback on my sheet. Go look at it. You'll see it's there. I'm not pulling it up right now, but it's there, and you know it is. And so you could have actually bought back at 1595, which I did, by the way. So anyway, so this morning early, I already was putting in orders, and I had them already in place. These orders filled, and then I got the buyback at 1595. How do you like that? It's day trading 101, folks, and it's going to get better and better and better. It's just going to get better and better. So if you're interested in those candlesticks, please let me know if you're a big or a Goliath or Monster member. If you're interested in these candlesticks, I have the code, and I created the code, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So this is the code that you have to import into Thinkorswim so that you will be able to, here it is. So this code right here, I can just copy all of this code right here. And once I copy it, I can send it to you, and then you can import it. You can create your own moving average bars that you can put in, and believe me, they'll help you. So if you've paid for the membership up to either a big, not just big bottom, but Monster or Goliath Catfish level, then you have access to this. I'll send it to you if you just let me know. Yeah, please send it to me, and we'll get it. You'll get you to send me. If you're at that level, I already have your email probably. But at any rate, well, congratulations, everyone, this morning on SoFi going over $16, selling it all the way up to $16.18 and buying it back at $15.95. That's all I have to say about that. And now we're going to get back over here to SoFi, take a look at the chart, because, folks, you can see we're at a point, an access point of a jump from here up to here. And as I said, this drop from here to here was after an announcement that they were going to stop the payment of student loans for another year. It was an extension of the student loan payment. And that was the end of it. That was the dagger for SoFi. You could see how it dropped so fast, but now student loans are being repaid. And how coincidental is it, by the way? How coincidental is it that it was during the month of November and December when SoFi was at $24 on November the 11th? And by December the 13th, in 1 month and 2 days, the price was $14.02, down $10.61. Folks, how ironic is it that right now we're at the same time frame? Do you know that from the 11th and 2465, that's 1 month and 2 days before Christmas? And that's why my thumbnail this morning, when I end this stream and start my next stream, my thumbnail this morning is a different thumbnail, and it's going to be a good one. It's not going to be what I put up just now. This is the new thumbnail that I'm going to put up today on Sofi. I'm going to stop this stream, and I'm going to start the new stream at 9:16 because I know a lot of people expect me to come on at 9:16. So we're going to end this stream. And if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, there's 82 people on here with me right now. And last night I had over 1,500 people with me in that little stream I did showing you the new tank. In case you're not aware of it, I got a new tank. Yes, we have a new tank here, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got the Union Jack up here. This is such a cool box right here, folks, that I got. I'm telling you, this thing is mega cool with all these studs on the corners and stuff. And someone was throwing this out. I found it at a garage, just being thrown out. That's my daddy's Waltham pocket watch hanging up there. And look up here. Oh, my little dog Toto too. And just some cool stuff. This is an old record thing here, and these are all my records. I have a lot of albums down here, as you can see, absolutely tons of albums, and they're all alphabetized. Every one of these record albums, and each row there is like 400. So there, I mean 200 in each row. So I got about 1,200 record albums, and so anyway, I hope you like the new design of the tank and what's going on. A lot more space down here in the basement where I can be loud early in the morning and won't wake everybody up in the house. All right. So anyway, I want to show you, I'm going to be doing, and hopefully we'll keep the stream going. I'm going to be doing, here we go, live. This is working pretty good. And here we go. So this is going to be my stream that starts at 9:16 a.m. this morning. All right, so you guys are catching the early bird issue this morning because this stream is going to start, and it's going to start at 9:16. And the reason that I'm putting this up here is because I am believing that, folks, if the price from November the 11th, coincidentally almost where we are now, up to December the 25th can drop to all the way down to 1403, 1402, folks. If it can do that, if it could drop that fast to, in 1 month's time, 1 month and 2 days to December 13th and 402, December the 13th to the scary number 13, 1402, absolutely, folks. If the price, in my opinion, can drop that fast on that news of the extension on the moratorium for student loans, it can equally run from 1402 in the same time frame. And that's why I say, will SoFi be at $25? Well, you can see that on November the 11th, SoFi was at $24.65. And folks, that is 1 year from November the 11th. It's 1 month and 2 days from 24.65. Get it? That's the number, 24.65 in 1 month and 2 days to run down to 1402. So if we can now go from where we are, can we possibly go from 1402 back to 24? Well, we already passed 1402. And how long would it be till Christmas right now? How far are we from Christmas right now? Oh my goodness. We're exactly 1 month from Christmas. So this is why yesterday I posted that and made that thumbnail, because it's 1 month and 1 day. And I think what a coincidence that during the exact same time frame from November to December, that the price could go the opposite direction exactly as fast as it went down. And folks, if you look at this chart right now on SoFi, you can see the angle of the descent when it fell. And I told everybody and have been telling everyone for the last year and a half, as fast as it fell, it could easily rise. And ladies and gentlemen, right now, it's not only rising as fast, but faster. Okay? Look at these numbers here. And interestingly enough, I had all these graphs, these lines up above. You see all these gap lines I had. I had all these gap lines because of the way they dropped the price down. And I told you folks, when we get up here, there's nothing but space between. Look at these big gaps from 1510 to 1580 to 1666 to 1745. This is the way it fell down, folks. The way it fell like that. See? From there, it fell to there. From there, it fell to there. From there, it dropped to there. From there, it dropped to there. From there, boom, down, boom, down. Folks, this is right here, the date I'm talking about. Look at the date. It's down here. You can see the date. It's during December, November and December. That's when the biggest drop came. You can see it right here, folks. This drop, it's still there. This massive gap. I'm telling you, from right here to here is a huge gap that was created on horrible news that SoFi student loans were not going to get repaid for another year. And now folks, and remember, this price of SoFi was up here at $24 before they even did anything. They didn't even have Galileo, and they didn't have this deal, $2 billion deal with Fortress coming in. I mean, all the achievements, all the requests for proposals from all these banks, and growing into other countries and starting all this advertising with TGL Golf. It's going to be another month and a half away. TGL Golf, Bank of the NBA, the SoFi Stadium, 2 pro teams, sold out concert. Folks, it's just growth, money, revenue, much more than when they were priced. SoFi was priced at $24 a share. They've done so much more since that time, folks. They're worth so much more. Their value is far beyond these levels that they're trying to show you. And again, I want you to remember the highest price of SoFi was $28. That's really it. Did they just change it? Did they just change it because I showed you that they had 25 there? Look at that. Oh my gosh. How's this show up? Because I hit the max chart? Isn't that interesting? Anyway, I think it's interesting. I just got through showing all you early birds. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing is about to explode. And there's nothing they're going to be able to do to stop it. Now, I got up really early this morning, and I looked at these numbers from the beginning. At 4 o'clock, I started watching, folks. You want to know why I got up and started watching the action at 4 o'clock? So you wouldn't have to. That's right. You could just and count the sheep. Ooh, there's another one. Ooh. Meanwhile, Catfish Tyler is up gathering these numbers I'm going to show to you now. Let's go see what happened. Let's go see how they did it this morning. Well, this morning at exactly 4 a.m., the price hit 1618, folks. At 4:01, it had dropped to 1608. Now, all of you here last night heard me tell you before we closed down, I want you to have your sell orders in at 1607, 1608, 1611, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way up to 1620. That's what I told everyone here. There were about 80 people at the time. I said, please make sure you put your sell orders in good till canceled plus extended and put them in tonight. That's what I told you yesterday afternoon. And so I had a writer this morning write me and say, hey, sold at 1615. Thank you for the heads up. And cha-ching, you got the buy back in at 1595 just 19 minutes later. Cha-ching. Or anybody else did if you did what I asked you to do yesterday. So all your orders should have filled all the way up from 1611, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, all the way up to 1618. And then bam, you get to buy back in at 1519, 1595. Now, you guys, I have to tell you, most people cannot trade at this time. All right, now, but you can join certain trade platforms that allow you to trade, believe it or not, as early as 3 o'clock in the morning. And someone that I know does that, believe it or not, is Susan H. I know this for a fact. She's told me so. Now she could, if you don't know those platforms, you could ask when you see her here in the tank, hey Susan, what platforms are you using to trade at 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to get up and trade at 3? All right, but she does. She's part of a group of early bird traders. There's wild and crazy ones. I don't know if they're on Reddit or Wall Street Bets or whatever, but they trade at 3 a.m. folks. And anyway, so I'm just letting you know that most of us couldn't even do this. You could have had your sell orders sell, but you wouldn't be able to come back in at this number unless you're associated with one of these trading platforms that lets you trade at 3 in the morning. So, or 4 in the morning. But you can see people are trading at 4 in the morning. So this morning, if your good till canceled orders were in plus extended, they sold, bam, 16.18, 16.8. Everything in between there sold from 16.11 to 16.18. Congratulations. And then we'll just get to see how low we get to buy back in this morning, if we do get to buy back lower. But at this stage of the game, you can see what they did. After it got down here to 15.95, 20 minutes after, it started to rise again, and it went all the way back up to 16.10. And then, bam, they sold a bunch of sell orders. And anyway, I'm just letting you know this is what happened this morning with SoFi early in the morning. When it got to 16.13 again at 4:43 in the morning, someone dumped a bunch of shares and made it drop. Okay. And right here, when it went from 16 up to 16.14 again at 5:10 this morning, because they kept trying to hold it here at 16.07 and 16.08. And every time it would start to scale back up and get to 16.14, boom, they dump a bunch of shares. They sold 88,000 there and it made it fall. And it fell right back to 16.08 again at 4.57. And then it went back up and it went up to 5:10 in the morning. It was back to 6.14. And then bam, at 5:22, they dropped another 69,000 and the price, boom, back to 16.08. So this is, of course, a number they love to hold it at, 16.08. I've told you about this dozens of times. But ladies and gentlemen, then when it got here to this price, another 80,000 share dump at 537. And then at 542, it was at 1609. And then I sort of took a break. But that gives you the history of how the stock was traded this morning. And the high of the day, 4 o'clock, 1618. Now it won't go down on Yahoo. They're not probably going to show that number, obviously, because their target price is $10. But SoFi target price on Yahoo, they have, God bless them, raised it. Now, speaking of that, folks, do you realize that every single analyst that there is has a target price below where SoFi is? And every single one of them is chasing this stock. And I've seen this before, and let me tell you when. I've seen it with Apple. I've seen it with Google. I've seen it with Microsoft. I've seen it with NVIDIA. I've seen it with SPY. I've seen a lot of times where analysts, when a stock started taking off, none of them wanted to concede. And none of them wanted to raise their target prices. They just kept wanting to keep driving the price down and keep people not from understanding what was going on. And so they kept these unbelievably low analyst stock prices. They just held them there, even though the price was obviously not going back and not there and continued to just keep rising. But they continued to chase it up. They would never put the price value at what it actually was, folks. They would never do it. On all of these previous major big movers that have now gone up, and if you would have bought them early on, you'd be a millionaire now. But I'm telling you, folks, and look at what's happening right here. I just saw 1598 for a second again. And the time right now, 8 o'clock. So most of the retailers are starting to come in here. A lot of retailers can start buying at 8 a.m. and they're doing so right now. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the gap between the bid and ask there. Beautiful. And again, you just could have sold again now at 613, and I did. So now I've sold at 617, 18. I've actually sold at 611, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Got the buyback, and now I'm going to get back in if I can here at 1603, and I think that's a good number. And I want to thank you all for being here with me this morning. I'm going to be doing my actual live stream in another hour and 16 minutes, but I'm doing a little bit of an early bird session for you guys. And I just wanted to I was so excited about today. Something told me that we may see this thing break into an amazing run right here. And folks, I've already shown you what happens when Sofi closes at or near the high of the day. And Friday, even though the high was 1675 and they closed it at 1575, and they closed it at 1560 with a splash close, it was 1575 in the after hours. Okay, so there was no way for it to go any lower. And when it closed at 1575, I told you all we were going to see a 30-cent jump. And that's why I told you to have your sell orders in at 1606, 1607, 1608. That's what I said. Then I also said have sell orders this morning at 1611, 12, 13, all the way up to 1620. I also believe you ought to have sell orders in at 1630, 31, and 33. And you need to have sell orders in at 1644, even a 1638 in between. So please, folks, write these numbers down and sell at these numbers today. We're going to see most likely about a 70 to 80 cent swing from the high to the low, whatever that is. And so from here, expect about a 20 to 25 cent pullback down to 1588 again, or maybe 1577, 78. Okay, and then it closed out around 1633 today, maybe even 1649. Folks, I don't know whether you know it, but hedge funds now are hedging, and their strike prices, a lot of them have $18 right now. So 18 is the next expected price, and I expect it too because it's right here on the chart, folks. It's as clear as a bell on this chart right here where this price is going, in my opinion. And I could be wrong, but I do not think so. I do not think so. I think this chart makes it very clear we are about to come into a zone, and you can see it over here. Look right here. Look at these gaps that we've got above here. 1, 2, these are all huge gaps that are now exist above us. Okay? And you should be aware, folks, when you look at this chart, you better be aware that short's in trouble because we've broken over this resistance line now, and I'm going to move this over here so you can see what we're doing. Yeah. Folks, this is where we are. See that second line up? This is the price where we are now, that red line. That red line right there is at, it's where we are. It's where we are. And from that red line that we're on, there is a huge gap from here all the way up to here. See how it's a resistance point there, resistance there, resistance there, resistance there. You know what price that is? That's 1666, people. This number is 1666, and they hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. All right, even 7 times when it was falling. 666. There's the numbers. 1658. It's really 1666. There it is. That's it. Folks, when this price gets to 1664 today, please sell it. When it gets to 1661, sell some of it. 1664, 1665, 1666. I'm just telling you, when a stock stopped 6 times at 1666 from 2000, and when was the time frame on this chart? Hold on a second, folks. Yeah, that was May the 3rd. May the 3rd of 2021. Yep. And then over here, what was the date when it was? Sheep. I can't get the date when it was there. Right here. Yep, it was 11. It was 11/11, folks. November the 11th when it started falling. And folks, it dropped so fast, and now it's going to pop that fast. Look at that big, humongous gap. And folks, this is the number down here where we are right now. This is where we are. We're going to gap up from here all the way to that right there, folks. There's nothing there. There's nothing here. There was nothing here, and there's nothing here, folks. There's no resistance between this level and up here. And they know it, and I know it, and you know it, and the world can see it. And it's right there. This is where we are now at that second bar up. Like I said, that's where we are. The second bar up is where we're sitting right now. And it's not going to stop, folks. There's nothing to stop it. There was no volume to stop it when it dropped. Look at that massive. There's nothing there, folks. I'm so excited when I show you this. I show you that there's no volume there and that it happened in one day when they made the announcement. Actually, it happened over a 4-day period. The price dropped. Here it is, folks. It was 4 days, 4 days, and the price dropped. I mean, it rocketed down. And that means there's nothing to stop it from rocketing up there. It was oversold rapidly on panic and fear when they said no, another year and no student loans. And now it's going to be bought like crazy right back up. Except the interesting thing is this part. When the price was falling, look at the volume each day. Only 15 million shares, the first one, then 12 million, then 17 million. This price was falling like a rock on no real volume, folks. Look at the volume today. We're getting 50 million, 60 million, 80 million shares a day as this thing goes back up. This fall was on no volume, folks. It was just on pure panic that it dropped from $17 to $14 in 4 days. I'm telling you, folks, this thing's going to pop right back up there, and there's not going to be much to stop it. Just an occasional manipulation attempt by short sellers who borrow 5, 7, 10,000 a day and return them, by the way. Going over here to institutional ownership this morning. Let's go see if anybody else came in recently. Oh, yeah, we're seeing institutions coming in. Institutional ownership. You think they know where this thing's headed? Look at that massive increase lately, folks, in institutional ownership. And this is what I told you would happen, because once SoFi went over $10 to stay, they could start buying in. There's a lot of institutions, believe it or not, folks, that have laws that won't allow them. They're called bylaws, and they're not allowed to buy a stock under $10. They're just not allowed to even commit to it. So once SoFi went over 10, it was on its way with institutional owners coming in. Like I told you would happen. I told you when it went over $10, they'd be coming in because they can then buy into the stock. Folks, I bet you they were just sitting there salivating, waiting for SoFi to get over $10. They were like, oh my gosh, we got to get in on this thing. But it was being suppressed and suppressed and accumulated and suppressed and accumulated and suppressed and accumulated as they all wanted in for a piece of the SoFi pie before this thing goes to 25, then 35, then 45. And then Anthony and all his pals and all of us make a lot of money, and we have great success, and we look to the skies and we say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord above. Thank you for blessing us. That's what we're going to do. QUBT crossed over $7 this morning. If you folks are still holding any more of that, QUBT. All right, let's go over here and see what this chart's doing over here. What is going on over here with SoFi? Look at that thing. Holy smokes, that looks like a short-eating porpoise. Look what happened starting. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and look at that big old attempt to stop it right there. And they dumped how many million there? They dumped 80,000 again. That's been the increment they've been dumping all morning long, around 80,000 shares, trying to pull it back with 80,000 at a time. There's another one right there. I bet it's 80,000. See, same amount. Look over here. There's the volume of it. It's every one of the dumps this morning has been about 80 to 83,000. Every one of them. I've watched it over and over and over, and I've written them down. I've been writing them down so you'd know when they did it, and they just did another one. Yep. See, this morning, every time SoFi's price would get up to 1614, they jumped 82,000 right there. Made the price come right back down to 1608. And then here it got to 1612. They dumped 69,000 to get to 1608. And here it got back up and they dumped 80,000 again, and it didn't even drop that time. Oh, that's when I knew they were in trouble, when it didn't drop on another 80,000. So that's the routine this morning. Watch it go up, watch it go up, watch it go up, drop 80,000, sell, buy more, buy more. Yep, get it to drop 4 cents and buy a bunch of it. And then it goes on up, 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 and then drop 80,000 shares and get some more at the cheap. And then as it goes on up, 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 you know, every time they're going to drop it with those dumps, they're going to make it fall 4 or 5 cents, folks. And we're going to, if you're smart, you'll catch it there every time. Put your buy orders in lower. You'll see how this works this afternoon. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go over to my channel right here, and I want you to know, for all of you big bottom cats and monster bottom cats and Goliaths, I sent out a notification this morning to all of you to let you know about SoFi, and I see only 7 people responded. Now, in regards to that, I had someone notify me yesterday that my notification I sent out the morning before last just got to them yesterday, a whole day that YouTube held it. And now I see 10 people saw the alert. And I've got 65, I think, members right now. So why are you guys not watching for these alerts? You need to turn on your notifications and get these alerts, because they can mean a lot to you to know that SoFi was at 1618 this morning at 4 o'clock. Yep. So anyway, I sent this out to all of you level members that are Big Bottom, Monster, and Goliath. Every one of them. It says you are receiving this alert because you're a Big Bottom, Monster Bottom, or Goliath Bottom cat. Thank you for your valued support of this channel. And please hit the like button so I can be sure you got this important update. And then it said this morning in pre-market, SoFi hit a high of 1618 at 4 a.m. and the low was 595. So if you're not getting these notifications, folks, I'm sorry, YouTube may be responsible for that. Actually, as someone told me yesterday, hey, I just got this notification, and it's a day late and $1 short. So anyway, all right, well, here again, they're trying to hold SoFi back. This is about the 4th time today that it's been up to around 1610 to 1614 and back to 1601. So this is great day trading stuff, and I'm going to make a lot of money on this today, man. We're going to make so much money. As a matter of fact, I look at my account this morning here on Thinkorswim, and it says, Alexa, drum roll, please. Oh, Alexa's not down here with me. Uh-oh. Oh, well, here we go. Monitor. Right now, today, you can see how much we've made on this account in 1 month and a day. We're up 133,000 in 1 month. We put in 100,000 to start, and we've now got 133,000. Now, this is all paper trading, so you guys can learn how to do this without any expense, and there'll be no risk to you, not $1 risk to you using paper trading. But you can learn how to trade for real in what we're doing. It's basically the same thing as trading, folks. It's just using paper money. And you see, if you're following along with me, and many of you have been, you're up big time right now. And I've got available cash this morning to spend on something that gets run down, 91,000. So I'm ready to come in this morning. And we're going to make some money on SoFi, folks. I promise. We're going to day trade this one too. Not all my shares, by the way, just some of them. I usually like to trade about 10% of them or whatever. But here they are again, trying to suppress SoFi down. We got 1 hour until my live stream begins. This is just a stream I decided to put up, kind of like an early bird. stream for the people that are up early in the mornings. I know a lot of people have to get off to work and they don't get to wait until 9:15 for me to come on live. So I thought, well, we'll give some of the viewers that are subscribed to the channel a chance to get an early bird special. And since right now the time is 8:15, how about at 8:16 and 8 seconds, let's hit the like button together on this stream at 8:16 and 8 seconds. And right now the time is, oh yeah, we're coming up close. So if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, I'd appreciate it if you would do that. Now, I've got right here a microphone here too today, and it's hanging over my head. But right now, let's hit this like button. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit the like button right there. And if you already hit the like button, please hit these smileys or the poppers, the what have yous, and let's get as many people over to this early morning stream as possible. Donald, good morning to you. Rico Max 67, good morning. Amy, good morning. Oh man, all these people in here. Pale Pinkish Humanoid, good morning. Sofi Yoda, yes. All these gains right before Christmas. How nice. Yep. Good morning, Catfish. David Garcia, welcome and thank you for your massive gift donation last. Oh my gosh, that just made my day. My wife jumped out of her pants just when she saw that. And that was always, that's a nice thing. So please send more of those. Eric Blacker, morning, Cat. Jimmy Lopez, good morning, Tyler. I'll send you back 20, David, if you keep those coming. No pun intended. Oh, goodness gracious, everyone. I'm sorry. I apologize. Listen, down in the description, it clearly says rated M for mature. All right. Or should be I for immature at times. Oh, wow. Look at Sofi over $16, everyone. Aren't you feeling good? Anyway, like I said, this is just kind of an early bird special. I'm testing out the new tank. I hope you like the new environment. We are definitely ready to rumble. I got all this cool stuff in here around me now. You can see what I got right here, all this fun stuff. I got a couple of nice guitars hanging right here to play. And one of them's a 12 string back there on the backside. I got a double stand here for these two. And I got all my music over here and got a picture of my mom and pop right there. And there's me and my sweetie Petey Pie right there. And this is just some of my past. This is my Lansing pawn shop. When I had my pawn shop over in Lansing, I got, they gave me a headline in the paper in the Lansing State Journal. And that's me right there, Hawk Heaven. And that's when we did the ribbon cutting. And I got some other cool stuff up here, and I appreciate your and my daddy's stopwatch, my daddy's old. This is a Waltham stopwatch right here, and it's in good working condition if you keep it wound. So hey, yeah, just cool. Got ourselves a new tank. Yep, here's a picture of my dad when he played baseball right there. Played for St. Louis right there at one time. I hope you can see that. And me and my wife, another good shot of us there. I like that one. And all right. So there you go. This is what we got going on. My album collection right there. As you can see, that's part of it. And then this is the other side over here of all my albums that I have. And I also have many boxes of albums over here. So I got to get those put in more shelving. But good morning, and they are all alphabetized as well. Good morning and welcome to the tank. We're talking about this stock, SOFI, and QUBT is up massively, just broke over $7. Wow, holy smokes. Well, listen, folks, the time right now, as you can see, is 8:19. So in about an hour, I'm going to start up again, okay? I just wanted to come up early this morning to let you folks know about the pricing and what had happened early this morning since the beginning. So we're going to, and I've got other things that I want to share with you here. I've got a lot of other things that I want to share with you, but I'm going to share this when we come on at our official time, 9:16 this morning. So to all of you early birds, thank you for being here. I appreciate it very, very much. Do come back at 9:16. I'm going to start streaming again at 9:16. But for right now, I'm just going to go have a little bit of breakfast. I'm going to enjoy another cup of coffee with my wife, and then I'll be back up at 9:16 a.m. with the official Catfish Tyler stream. All right. So thank you again for being here. I hope that you will be back at 9:16. I'm going to check out for right now, and I'll be back. And how about Sofi? Go, Sofi. I mean, just look at that thing, folks. Look at the 6-month chart. Up now 100. Look at that chart. Up 120% in 6 months, folks. We've doubled our money, and we're going to do even better than that. Keep continuing to day trade, all right? So, wow. Congratulations, everyone. That's cha-ching.
That was easy.
It says that was easy, but it wasn't easy for us, was it, folks? We had to be patient. And someone even wrote me yesterday and said that. Oh, my gosh. Sofi, a lesson in patience, more or less. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. We'll talk to you later. I've got my stream going. We got a new tank. If you pull this back, you can see I got my catfish up there right above. And this is looking cool, folks. I hope you like it. Hope you like the new tank, and I'll see you guys at 9:16 a.m. I'm going to get on out of here now for now. Take a little bit of a breather and have some breakfast, like I said. You guys, we'll see you later. God bless you, and won't be long. And tell your friends, call them up and say, hey, go watch Catfish this morning. Bye-bye.